Hi friends, today we are working on lesson 9-8, compare numbers using place value. What do you think of when you hear the words place value? Hopefully you're thinking of things like ones, tens, and hundreds because that is place value. Some vocabulary that we're going to need to know going into this lesson are the words greater than, less than, and equal to. We also need to know the symbols for each of these. So greater than is going to be bigger. So this is the symbol for greater than. Less than is going to be a number that is smaller than. And equal to means that they are the same. Okay, so these are the symbols and the words that we need to keep in mind throughout this lesson. So I'm going to compare the numbers 375 and 195. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that place value and I'm going to label my hundreds, tens, and ones. Hundreds, tens, and ones. And when I'm comparing, I always start with the greatest place value. What do you think the greatest place value is? Is it ones, tens, or hundreds? I like to think of this kind of like money. If it was one, it would be $1 bill. If it was 10, it would be a $10 bill. If it was hundreds, it'd be a $100 bill. So which one of those is the greatest value? Hundreds. So we're going to start with the hundreds place. So in 375, in the hundreds place, I have a 3. In 195, I have a 1. What is bigger, 3 or 1? 3. So I'm going to use my greater than sign. And some of you may remember from earlier in the year or even from first grade, we talked about the crocodile's mouth, and it is always open to the biggest number because it's super hungry and it wants the biggest number. So that crocodile's mouth, give them some little teeth there. They are always open to the biggest number because that's the one it wants to eat. Something that helps me when I'm trying to do my math. Okay, so if I'm going to write this out, then it's going to say 375 is, here's my symbol, greater than 195. And that is how you compare two numbers. Let's try some more. Okay, and I've put our symbols and words at the top to remind us greater than, less than, equal to. And here are my numbers. 418 compared to 415. I'm going to label my place value, hundreds, tens, ones, HTO. And what did I say? Which place value are we going to start with? The biggest one. Which one was it? The hundreds. So in 418, I have a 4 in the hundreds place and a 4 in the hundreds place. Well, those are the same. So that means I need to move on to the next place value, which is the tens place. I have a 1 and I have a 1. It's still the same. Okay, now I need to move on to the last number, the ones place. I have an 8 and I have a 5. Which one is bigger, 8 or 5? 8. So I'm going to use that greater than sign. Remember, crocodile mouth open to the biggest number. So if I'm going to write that out, what words will I write here? 418 is, here's my symbol, here's my word, greater than 415. Let's try another one. We have 527 compared to 527. HTO, HTO, hundreds, 5, 5. What do we do when they're the same? Move on to the next one. Tens place, 2, 2. All right, let's go to the ones place. 7, 7. They're the same again. These are the exact same numbers. If they are the exact same numbers, then I'm going to use this equal to sign because they are equal. They are the same. There is not one that is bigger or smaller than the other one. So 527 is equal to 527. They're the same. Okay. Let's take a look here. Here's a word problem for us. Joe sells 238 tickets to a play. Ron sells 235 tickets. Who sold more tickets? All right, I have 238 and 235. I want to compare these two numbers. HTO, HTO. I'm looking at my hundreds. And I see I have a 2 and a 2. They're the same. Let's move on. Tens place, 3 and a 3. Still the same. Ones place, 8 and 5. That's different. Which one is bigger? 8 is bigger than 5. So my crocodile's mouth is going to be open to this number, 238. Who sold 238? Let me go back and look. Oh, it was Joe. So Joe sells more tickets. Okay, and that is how you are going to complete lesson 9-8. Hopefully this little overview will help you along.